Dreaming in Cuban is the debut novel by Cuban-American author Cristina Garcia, first published in 1992. The story unfolds across both Cuba and the United States, tracing the lives of 3 generations of a single family. The narrative centers on the women in the family, beginning with matriarch Celia del Pino, then following her daughters Lourdes and Felicia, and finally her granddaughter Pilar. Though primarily told in third person, the novel occasionally shifts into first-person perspectives and epistolary forms, adding depth to its sweeping storyline. Written in a nonlinear structure that moves fluidly through time and place, the novel explores themes such as family dynamics, exile and diaspora, immigration and assimilation, and the impact of politics and memory on familial bonds. It immerses readers in Cuban history and culture, and offers an intimate look at the religious practice of Santeria. Acclaimed as one of the finest novels depicting Cuban-American life, Dreaming in Cuban received widespread praise, strong sales, and was a nominee for the National Book Award. The story begins with a young Celia Almeida living in Havana. She falls in love with Gustavo, a married Spaniard who eventually returns to Spain, leaving her heartbroken and physically wasting away. During this time, Jorge del Pino courts her and persuades her to marry him, but he proves to be cruel, punishing her for her past and leaving her in the care of his sadistic mother and sister while he travels. Celia becomes pregnant and her suffering intensifies. By the birth of her first daughter, Lourdes, Celia is confined to a mental institution while Jorge takes custody of the child. Upon her release, Celia finds her daughter has no connection to her. Over the following years, Felicia is born, followed 8 years later by her son Javier. Political differences deepen the rift between Celia, a supporter of the Cuban Revolution, and Jorge, who favors the pro-American government. As the children grow, their paths diverge. Lourdes attends university, falls in love with Rufino Puente, the son of a wealthy ranching family, and gives birth to Pilar amid the Cuban Revolution. 2 years later, she miscarries her second child in a horseback riding accident and returns home to find Rufino assaulted by soldiers. The family home is later seized and Lourdes is raped. Fleeing to Miami, Lourdes struggles to adapt, eventually moving to New York where Rufino pursues a career as an inventor while Lourdes supports the family as a baker. She and Pilar have a strained relationship, with Pilar embracing Americanized punk culture and forming a closer bond with her father. Felicia, meanwhile, forms a bond with the daughter of a Santeria high priest, immersing herself in the religion. She drops out of school, marries the unreliable and abusive Hugo Villaverde, and gives birth to twin daughters, Luz and Milagro, alone. When she becomes pregnant again, Hugo infects her with syphilis and Felicia begins to show signs of her mother's mental instability. She attempts to kill Hugo, who flees and later gives birth to her son, Ivanito, who is more connected to her than the twins are. Celia's youngest child, Javier, a talented scientist and supporter of the revolution, leaves for Czechoslovakia where he becomes a biochemistry professor, marries and has a daughter, Irenita. Jorge develops cancer and travels to New York for treatment. Lourdes experiences intense cravings for food and sex, reflecting her distress over her father's illness. After Jorge dies, Celia senses his spirit but cannot understand him. Felicia's reliance on Santeria provides comfort but her mental state worsens. Celia takes custody of the twin daughters while Ivanito refuses to leave his mother. Felicia's instability escalates, culminating in an attempt to poison herself and Ivanito. Ivanito is sent to boarding school and Felicia is consigned to military service as punishment. Celia becomes a committed revolutionary, serving on a local court. In New York, Pilar discovers her father's affair and attempts to return to Cuba but is caught. Lourdes becomes an auxiliary policewoman and maintains communication with Jorge's spirit. Her bakery business thrives and she commissions Pilar to paint a mural of a punk Statue of Liberty, sparking controversy that Lourdes defends. In Cuba, Felicia endures a series of tragedies. Her husband Ernesto dies in a fire, she becomes paranoid, loses memory, marries a man named Otto who dies in an accident, and eventually becomes a Santeria priestess before succumbing to illness. Javier returns from abroad, despondent after his wife abandons him and vanishes like Celia once did. Lourdes and Pilar eventually return to Cuba to make amends for Jorge's spirit. Pilar becomes involved in Santeria while Lourdes helps Ivanito escape the country. Celia ultimately walks into the ocean for the final time. Cristina Garcia is a Cuban-American journalist and novelist, formerly a correspondent and bureau chief for Time magazine. She has published 6 critically acclaimed novels and served as editor for collections of Cuban and Chicano literature. She has also taught creative writing at several prominent universities in the American Southwest. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe.